Welcome to Satellite Media. If this is your first time of watching us, please kindly subscribe on your notification button and also drop your contribution here. Good morning. Thank you for having you this morning on this channel.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, 19 people were being slaughtered and born, how will I put it, in the Benue state as herdsmen inflicted more pain on the Benue people as the middle belt rise to join Biafra to tackle them.
Thank you for having me once more. I think what is happening in the country currently, sequel to the activities of the Fulani herdsmen, call for synergy. When I'm talking about synergy, I'm talking about the south-south, the southeast, the southwest, the middle belt coming together. Good thing currently, the middle belt is saying, when it comes to the north, count us out. Going forward, call us north central, no, call us middle belt, no longer north central. And the way it is, I think the middle belt themselves are already waking up, because it is no longer acceptable to them that the Fulani should come and kill them in their numbers. Don't forget that when you talk about Fulani, you are talking about a formidable group. A group that the global terrorists sees as the fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. Don't forget that recently we saw their excesses in Ebonyi State, where they killed a good number of persons. We saw their excesses in Delta State, a place like Mbiri, where they killed a good number of persons. So the point here is Nigerians generally must rise against this emerging trend. Though it has always been there, because even the chief of army staff the other day was quoted to have said that it is a long thing, talking about the Fulani and host community clashes. That on one hand, the communities will claim that the Fulani man uses his cow to graze their farm, and on the other hand, the Fulani man will claim that they are poisoning his cow. However I look at it, I think Nigeria is a country governed by law, but unfortunately, the average Fulani man does not respect constituted authority. They do not recognize that government exists. For them, it's a survival of the fittest. And they move about with AK-47, AK-49, sophisticated weapon, regardless of the fact that, in fact, they do not even know that it is not within their right to do so. That was why, under Jarasi Shako as a governor of Taraba State, when the military went to his office to tell him that there is need to disarm the society, he told them, first of all, go and disarm the bandits who are in the bush before you go and disarm innocent citizens. The point we are making here is we need to rejig our security architecture. Of course, we must make security arrangement at the state level to work, because this could not happen under Muhammad Buhari, and we understand why. Because Muhammad Buhari is from that ethnic extraction. Currently, good thing we have Amateku, and Amateku must have capacity to the point where it can combat crime and criminality. We are talking about AK-47, AK-49. Of course, they should be able to bear such arm. And unfortunately, the man who is in Asura currently is a Southerner. Talking about Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Don't forget that under Muhammad Buhari, it was not possible to allow Amateku to bear arm, because you need an end-user certificate from Office of the National Security Advisor before you can even procure arm in the first place. That is why I'm advising the president currently that he should allow the Office of the National Security Advisor to give nod to Amateku and any other legitimate security arrangement at the same level to be up. Because of course that's the only way you can combat this Marudu headers. Don't forget that even a serving governor the other time, talking about the autumn of Benue, was attacked. Before he knew it, a group came out and said, we are Fulani nationality movement, we did it. And they went ahead to say that the governor was lucky, that next time he may not be lucky. So what I'm saying is, we are fighting a formidable force. A people who have no respect for rule of law, a people who have no respect for constituted authority. I want to tell you that sometime in 2010 in Ghana, the Ghana government saw their excesses. And the Ghana government brought the might of the government against them. Because we are talking about a group that have been designated as the fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. Here we are, the federal government is not seen as such. And unfortunately, the government has gone ahead to designate and prescribe APOB.
Now, okay, let's switch over now. I want us to ask you some question about the Ogoni people. We know over the years, right from the time of Jonathan up to Buhari government, Ogoni people have been crying for neglecting them, being that their region is part of what is feeding Nigeria, and they have been neglected. As you all know, that place is where the oil is being produced, and it's like the land is not more productive, and yet the women, the youth are crying bitterly that Nigeria have neglected them. What do you have to say about this?
Thank you very much, Mr. James. This area you have gone to, of course, is area that is begging for attention. I must say that Ogoni is perhaps the most polluted place in the whole world. To clean up Ogoni, you are talking about $25 billion with a good number of years. Ogoni is polluted to the point that if the aquatic life have been destroyed, you cannot do meaningful farming. And the way it stands, it looks as if the government is playing politics with it. The reason I say government is playing politics with it is not far-fetched. Because under Muhammad Buhari, we saw Muhammad Buhari going to Ogoni land, promising to kickstart the process. After 8 years of Buhari, nothing was done in respect of cleaning up Ogoni. As we speak, this current government of Tinubu have even started making an attempt to start oil exploration in Ogoni. So what I'm saying in essence is the government should synergize with the oil company share to see that Ogoni is cleaned up. And unfortunately, those from that area who were environmental activists, somebody like Joseph Eva, somebody like Uncle Briggs, have lost their voice. And I don't know what happened, but I understand that during the time of Jonathan as the president, they collapsed their activism into Jonathan government. And I think after Jonathan's government, they now lack the moral standard after their person left office to come back to start agitating for the cleanup of Ogoni. And generally for the issue that has to do with the environment where oil exploration is going on. And if you look at what those areas suffer in terms of oil degradation, in terms of the hazard associated with oil exploration, you will know that they need serious government attention, serious government intervention. And unfortunately, NDDC, that is meant as an intervention agency of government, is not doing enough. And this government currently have even scrapped the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs. And this ministry is another agency of government, another ministry of government that is meant to intervene in the area that will bring developmental projects to that region. So what I want to say in essence is the government, as a matter of urgency, as a matter of necessity, must be committed to cleaning up of Ogoni. Recently, we saw an activist in the United States of America confronting the MD of Shell that justice for Nigeria, justice for Ogoni. So if what Joseph Eva could not do again, what Activism could not do again, we are now seeing a foreigner because he is aware, he knows that Shell, of course, that the major oil company in that environment, all the oil spillage that destroyed all the aquatic life, that destroyed every green life in that environment. You know that Shell is a major stakeholder that should be in partner to clean up of Ogoni. Those Shell on its own have not denied the fact that they are not partner. But what we are saying is we should see genuine intention and synergy from the government and Shell to clean up Ogoni.
Okay, Pastor, I would say like this, like President Goodluck Jonathan, who's supposed to do the needful, being that is from South Niger Delta, he refused to do the needful. Buhari also came and made a lot of promise that they would do the needful. 8 years of Tinubu was wasted. He only concentrated on the north, developing even what is it called, Niger Republic. And there is not a place that is producing money for Nigeria. Now turn of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he has not even made any measure of that. Do you think that these people should stand up and fight more harder?
I will tell you that Jonathan failed Niger Delta. That is the truth. Because under Jonathan 6 years, nothing was done in that regard in terms of cleaning up Ogoni. If not for any other presidency or any other president, at least the Jonathan government would have shown willpower and seriousness in cleaning up Ogoni. As I told you earlier on, Ogoni is the most polluted place in the whole world. And the essence of the pollution is as a result of oil exploration. And these natural resources that is benefiting the people, or rather the entirety of Nigeria, that account for a larger percentage of Nigeria earning from the international arena. Talking about our foreign earning in terms of dollar. So what I'm saying in essence is the government at the state level should synergize with the government at the federal level and the oil company share to see that cleanup is done with urgent attention. Just as we have just started seeing foreigners and Americans challenging the ending of share, that justice for Ogoni, justice for Nigeria. So it goes to show you that even the West know the impact of that oil spillage.
Okay, now I want to ask you this question. Just for instance, Adam Sochomole review secret that I will say many Nigerians know before, but nobody is ready to voice out. Oshomola said that why is it that the North, particularly Zamfara, the mining in the Zamfara are being for the Northern alone, not for Nigeria. But when it comes to the South here, the boys who engage themselves in bunkering, they use Nigerian military, use all sorts of things to stop them. But in Zamfara, he went further to indict the general, retired general, that they are behind these things. They use a Chinese to do this smiling and take it to abroad and make money. Justice must be done to this.
This area you have just dived into is a very interesting area, because currently you say, according to the Nigerian constitution, that once you have natural resources, whether solid mineral, whether crude, whatever and wherever it's found, it belongs to federal government. But on one hand, federal government will explore oil. I'm not saying it's wrong anyway. And once they see any illegal refinery in the creeks of Niger Delta, they will deploy fighter jets to start bombing them. Even when the people of Niger Delta will rise and say they need a better share of the resources in terms of resource control. We saw under Yaradua how they mobilized fighter jets to Barabatu, to different places in Niger Delta. They were bombing every house. And of course, I understand that led to amnesty that we have currently that have seen return peace to the Niger Delta. But you seldom see the same federal government hold all this solid mineral and enforce that what is in the north, in terms of that solid mineral, must come to the Nigerian ports. A situation where it's already alleged and it's all over the media space that they will use chopper to bring materials to mobilize for those who are mining in those places. And you have foreigners who are mining illegally. The only thing federal government could do is to ask them to come forward and regularize their license instead of holding them and prosecuting them. But they say in the creek of Niger Delta, if you see anybody who is running an illegal refinery, you arrest him, you bomb the environment, you prosecute him. The other time we saw a vessel that was meant to carry illegal crude. The government authority, particularly I think it was the Navy, they burned down the vessel, not minding the cost of the vessel. I'm not encouraging sabotage. I'm not encouraging illegal mining. What I'm saying is, what is source for the goods is equally source for the gander. The same way you treat illegal refiners of crude in the Niger Delta, treat foreigners who are mining our gold, all the precious stones in the north. Treat them the same way. If you catch a foreigner, whether a Chinese, a Briton, no matter the nationality, who is in Zamfara, who is in Benue, who is in Sokoto, who is anywhere for that matter, mining solid mineral, whether it's gold, whether it's precious stone, arrest and prosecute him, heaven will not fall.
I want to ask you these two questions before we go because of our time. One, you talk about Ogoni people. We said Ogoni people have been neglected by Nigeria. But don't you think that even those people, their leader there, they are doing more harm than good? E.g. like Asare Tokubo and Mark went for himself. He went ahead, he went to build a university in Semeboda and all that. Instead of him to make to empower his people, but he did not do that. Then the second question, if you can wrap these two questions up within 1 minute or 2 minutes about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been shouting that the marginalization of Igbo land is no longer acceptable, and that's why he stood to fight. Don't you think it is high time for the Ogboni people also to stand up, people like Asare Tokubo, who busy fighting for their own personal interests, to stand and fight for their people so that their people can get the freedom from Nigeria?
You know, I didn't mention Asare Tokubo because Asare Tokubo is going for personal aggrandizement. The reason I mentioned someone like Uncle Briggs, someone like Joseph Eva, these were known voices in the creek. These were known voices of environmental activists.
And Tompolo, you did not mention Tompolo too. He's also
Tompolo is equally fighting for his own personal aggrandizement. Though in the past, Tompolo was in the creek fighting for a better share of the natural resources in terms of resource control. It was during then the government bombarded Niger Delta, particularly Delta State, before it accumulated into what we currently have as amnesty. But the people who were actual environmental activists is this Uncle Briggs, Joseph Eva. They were everywhere in every media, drumming and making government they want to know about the oil degradation of the environment, about the oil spillage, why there is need for people in that environment to get more patronage in terms of the resources and all that. But they collapsed the activism into Jonathan government. As soon as Jonathan came on board, they lost their voices. I'm from Delta State, so I should know better what I'm talking about.
Thank you so much for having you this morning.
Thank
Look forward to see you more often.
Thank you.